Good morning.
Hi.
Good
Good morning.
morning.
Good morning. All right, where's our blog here? Where's our blog for today? It is April 30th, 2025. Welcome to Let's Talk Real Estate. This one this one has two themes. It has our event of the century theme in your home, and this is their home, and ties in with the soccer. And there's a bunch of pictures that do that. Ties in with the soccer because we're a sponsor, along with Audi, of Major League Soccer, MLS. So consider using that one. I like that one very much. There is one with a dog, and I resisted using that today. I'll save that for last. But there's one or two soccer ones with dogs. So. Okay, let me turn that off. And my message today is just from a continuing list of skills that will serve you for the rest of your life, brought to us by the Mike Ferry people. And I really like this one, the ability to master and control your thoughts. So think about this. What goes in, everything you see and hear comes out in our actions and the words we use. So we're really a product of our environment, and whatever we're listening to is on our mind and we're going to repeat it. So being able to master our thoughts allows us to always present on a more positive or more enthusiastic level in terms of our conversation, communication, and presentation. So mastering your thoughts requires that we restrict what goes in so we can control what comes out. So master your thoughts and think about that when you're around negativity. Think about that when you're around violence. And hopefully, the only violence in your life is on Netflix and things like that. But I got to tell you, that's outrageous. And I have boundaries for that. I won't watch a torture scene. I won't watch a lot of things. I just know, okay, I skip these. I just automatically do it. And it works well for me. So now I can watch anything and be comfortable because I know what I won't watch. Let's see. What's next? The ability to create words to persuade and influence others. So the easiest way to learn to influence a person in a sales presentation, whether it be a buyer or a seller, is to ask a lot of questions. Where have you heard this before? You may say to yourself, I'm going to learn to master and become a master of asking questions. And I love this exercise because it's very revealing. Write down all the things you normally say to a client. Now, that won't take you very long. Just pretend you're with somebody, a buyer or a seller, and write down what you're going to say to them. So, what do you normally say to a buyer or seller in terms of a presentation to persuade them to buy or sell from you versus somebody else? Then look at those words that you wrote carefully and turn all of those sentences into questions. And that's a great exercise because it's practice just doing that. That's what you should be doing. As you think of something to say, you should be immediately phrasing it into a question, because a question is much more persuasive when you engage another party in a conversation instead of simply telling them what you think. We know how tedious that can be. This one, the next one's good. The ability to ask for help. Because the truth is, everybody needs somebody to assist them in the process of growth, whether it be a grade school teacher, middle school, high school, college professor, whether it's mom or dad, whether it's a couple of good buddies, whether it's a mastermind group or accountability partners, role play partners, a great broker in your company, a great manager, a great consultant, a great coach. Everybody needs help. The hardest part is asking for it because, as I said, now you have to eliminate the ego from this whole conversation topic in itself. So remember to ask for help, and we have a lot of help for you. There's nothing in your business that your manager would not love to discuss with you. Okay, the ability to laugh at yourself and what you do. And because we all make mistakes, we all do things that probably we shouldn't have said, or we get halfway through a sentence and realize we're talking to somebody different than who we thought we're talking to. We all make mistakes. And if you can learn to laugh at yourself versus being so tough on yourself. Now, granted, we make mistakes and then we learn from them. That's what mistakes are for, and we move forward. But some of the stuff we do, if you can't laugh at yourself, trust me, somebody is laughing at you, and it's better to have them laughing with you than at you. Now, you can laugh at me. That's why I'm here. I'm doing a public service with these. And next, the ability to understand that you're not always right in every conversation. That ties into ego. And if those are issues, you may want to have a talk with yourself. The agents that have to be right with the buyer and seller are the agents that have the most trauma and drama involved in their transactions, because you don't have to be right. What you have to do is make sure that what you're saying benefits the buyer and the seller and the end result, which is getting a contract signed with the buyer and seller. But so often you'll hear the argumentative tone that people use in conversations because they're trying to prove that they're right. You don't have to be right, like it says. Why be right? You want the contract signed. So listen, it's not who's right, it's what's right. And if we can get this into our minds, the most important thing with the buyer and seller is to say, this is the best thing that I can see for you, in my opinion. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you see where I'm coming from? Do you understand what I'm trying to accomplish to help you get what you're trying to accomplish? So giving up on having to be right is critically important. So those are all great thoughts. Those are great skills to develop. And let's take advantage of the strong real estate market we're having right now. Remember, treat your business like a business. And let's have a look into your business. Let's see what is going on right there. And still want to be able to count listings. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll count the listings. Kung, tell us what's happening in the Oregon aspect of it.
Yeah, lots of activity happening in Portland and in Coos Bay. We have a new closing by Nayeth. She closed on property with buyer representation last Wednesday. We have a new closing by Taj as well. His listing in Forest Grove closed on the 28th on Monday. So congrats to those agents. And we have a new buyer represented transaction by Faye in Tigard. So good work. And in Coos Bay, we have a closing by Sherry Stevens. Her North Jade Road listing closed on Monday as well. And I've been in talks with Mindy Boston, and I believe her listing on Cody Lane might go under contract later today. So,
oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's exciting.
So keep up the good work.
I'd like to see that house. It says 2-bedroom, 2-bath. Can that be possible? It must have very large bedrooms if that's a 2-bedroom. Well, I guess it's possible. Maybe somebody modified it to suit themselves.
Possibly. It looks like a great property.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bedroom is that whole top floor up front. I mean, so yeah.
Oh.
Really.
I had a listing like that once. It was like a log cabin. It was built that way on purpose.
Yep.
Okay. That's a fancy house.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we're assuming, let's see if I can get to the master bedroom. I'm just assuming. I don't think that's a bedroom. Maybe it is. Okay.
You'll see it in a sec. There is a dramatic picture of it in there. So clear into the next room. Yeah.
Okay. The whole second floor is just 2 bedrooms, it looks like.
Yeah. Just huge rooms.
Nice. Well, I hope someone buys it today. That's great. That's great. Okay. And okay. We close that. All right, let's get on to the next thing, which is going to be
Washington.
Washington. Thank you.
Yep, we did have some activity. We had in Vancouver, Taj sold his listing. I noticed that he made a significant price drop and it sold immediately afterwards. So good job, Taj.
Yes.
His listing on 70th. And then that makes, we have 5 pendings in Vancouver. One of them will be closing today. And in Longview, we have Cheryl Van Cleef sold a duplex. And so that is pending. And there's Stephen Burright has one that's pending. I think that one will be closing soon. So 2 pending there. And have a listing that'll go live tomorrow. A condo I've been talking about for $389 in Fairway Village, and it will be held open this weekend.
Excellent. Excellent. And can you see the message on Idaho?
Yep, Lee closed on her listing on Lansing Avenue this morning. Augie has 2 closings today, and Sean is working with the client and showing property.
Oh, excellent. Excellent. That's good to hear. Sean's got some activity.
Yeah, I heard from her.
Good. Okay. Good work. We're in a good place. All right. I know there's lunch and learn scheduled. What have you got, Coom?
For the month of May, we have AJ Crawford from Torrenley Insurance Advisors coming in on, I believe, the 29th, the last Thursday of the month at 12 p.m. She'll be presenting on insurance. I'll get the details out as well as the sign-up sheet as soon as I get that from AJ. So look forward to having her at the Portland office Thursday, the 29th at 12 p.m.
Okay. Looking forward to that. And Shauna, you have something coming up?
I do. In May, we have a lunch and learn on Friday, the May 9th, and that will be from Armless, who's going to talk about the Remine and the RPR reports. So it'll be a great one for anybody from Portland or Oregon to show up as well, because it's going to be about the systems that they use.
Okay.
Yep. And I'm planning on going. So if anybody wants to carpool from the Portland office that day, just let me know and we'll all go up there together.
And they promised me something other than sandwiches.
Really?
Yeah.
Hot food? Now, how did you
I don't know what it'll be, but I said, can I please have something different?
Okay. I know how that goes.
Also wanted to,
Go ahead.
sorry, go ahead.
Oh, tell us about these. These are the most
Oh.
beautiful of this I've ever seen.
Yeah, those, I mean, I've had those done in years ago. And they contacted me, this company contacts me and asked if we would be interested in having folders made. And basically we got them for free because they call up some vendors that would work with us in our business, and they tell them that we will allow them to pop into our meetings and, promote themselves if they advertise in our folders, which we have already had Todd here for, he's in there. And then we've got a couple more that I'm going to contact that I've been talking to with, going to get them in to speak at maybe one of the lunch and learns or something too. So they turned out beautiful. They turned out really nice. We're very excited. There's a huge amount of them here. I got to find a place to store them.
Okay.
So
Well, they are beautiful. They are beautiful. Okay. So make sure everybody uses them, get them out there, and recommend those vendors. They're helping us out.
right.
They're doing
Exactly.
their part. Okay. All right. How's the market? The 30-year fixed today, 6.81%. And rates seem to be holding steady for now as market and analysts await the release of several data reports this week, including the jobs and consumer confidence report. These data releases, along with information on employment and inflation, will have an impact on rate movement over the next few days. So the Freddie Mac benchmark on a 30-year is 6.81, trickled down a little bit for the week ending April 24th, a decrease of just 0.02 points. And a 15-year is also a little bit lower at 5.94. And there is the shareable chart for you to give your sphere of influence. And anything else your sphere might be interested in. If you can talk about affordability, it's easy to talk about affordability with your clients. Affordability is not so hot. 89 out of 100. We'd like to see it 100, which means the median person can buy the median house or the median family. And so that's not so hot. And so we look at that every quarter to see if that goes up. What kind of market is it? Well, the market favors sellers. With an absorption rate of 3 months, we are just in a seller's market. 3 months means if we stopped bringing on new listings, it would take 3 months to sell everything that we have on the books right now in the RMLS. So it favors sellers. So tell them it favors sellers if they're selling, and that might help you. All right, Kuhn, do you want to share? This is a great report from the NAR Economist.
Let's pull that up. There. Okay. Instant reaction. New home sales, April 23rd, 2025. Despite the stubborn elevated mortgage rates, new home sales rose 7% in March from a month ago and are up 6% from a year ago. A wide inventory availability at 8-month supply is helping newly constructed home sales to move forward. The home builders' focus on smaller sized homes is also attracting buyers. The median price of newly constructed homes was $403,600, well below the $435,000 price from 3 years ago, when builders were constructing larger sized homes. The latest monthly gains is on top of annual gains of the past 2 years for home builders. Meanwhile, existing homeowner home sales have struggled the past 2 years due to historic low inventory levels. But the passage of time should bring about more inventory as life-changing events force some homeowners to give up their locked-in low mortgage rates. Mortgage applications to purchase homes are up 4.3% year to date, even though an application does not mean an approval or decision to enter the market. Aside from inventory growth, lower mortgage rates will be needed to get homeowners to move. So yeah, interesting article, very true. We've been seeing smaller new construction in the Portland area, more affordable new homes around the 400 range, all over Portland. And what they're saying is pretty true about life-changing events. You know, we got to find those homeowners who are relocating or who need a bigger house because of additional family members to get out of their locked-in low mortgage rates. People need to move. We just have to catch them when they're ready.
Great. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Well, that's good to hear. Affordability is what we need right now.
Yep.
And let's see. Okay. Then let's see where we are with affordability, and if that's why you're coming to Portland, you may be a little bit disappointed right now. But we did have this week 620 new listings, which means spring is on the way, summer's on the way. 66 days on the market, that's a decent number. And a median sales price of $540,000 compared to an average of $638,000. So $540,000. So that's better than it's been. All right, Clark County, Washington. 185 new listings. That's up 36% from the week prior. 63 days on the market. That's about the same, and that's a good amount of time. And your median sales price, 552, right in line with Portland. Polk and Marion County, which includes Salem, had 82 new listings this week. 36 days on the market. That's certainly shorter, and that's down 28%. And their median sales price is 438.5. And then finally, 25 new listings last week for Coos County in Coos Bay and North Bend on the coast, southern coast. 99 days on the market. That's a long time. And median sales price of 581.5. And if Mindy's sells today, it's going to bump that number way up. So let's hope so. All right, so good activity. It's a strong market. There is no reason if your client has a reason to buy or sell, none of this data is going to tell them not to. So all the data is in their favor. It's a good time to buy, good time to invest. And let's have a look at the Century 21 University. The Accelerate program is running, going to start one on May 5th. That's coming right up. So consider your availability for that. Starts on May 5th. That runs 4 weeks. It's 3 1-hour or an hour and a half sessions per day, usually in the middle of the day. And you'll be in there with about 100 other Century 21 agents around the United States. And if you're lucky, Canada. The virtual Go list, dive deep into your listings. That's exactly what it is. And you will try to your goal will be to get a listing during this program. And that's all you will be thinking about. And that starts May 6th. So if you are just itching to get another listing, take this course, May 6th through May 15th. So it doesn't run too long. And the 21-day challenge is to be determined, so that they're running that as they come up. But they will be continuing that. Okay. Okay, Shauna, I have something that we haven't done before. So I'm putting you on the spot.
Okay.
But we know the material inside and out. I just don't think we presented this one. And I chose this now. It's business planning. I chose it now because the first quarter, the first third of the year is over. And if you didn't do a business plan, it's a great time to do one because there's business to be done right now and all the wheels are spinning right now. And if you did a business plan, it's a great time to review it and update it. So let's talk a little bit about what the elements of it are. And go ahead.
Sure. A business plan is a working document that outlines what you have done, where you are going, and the steps required to get there. So you got to think about your goal of what you want and then how you're going to get there. As stated, your business plan is a working document that can change monthly and quarterly. Review it in depth on a regular basis and adjust it when necessary. Yeah, because you might not have been as busy as you wanted to be in the first quarter. And so you've got to step it up and you got to do some different things. I'm definitely reviewing my plan and making changes and also adding in things for the rest of the year that I didn't have planned before. So we have some new things that we're doing in Vancouver. We're going to be doing the broker tours the last Tuesday of every month, it looks like now. So we add that in. So we'll have that to go ahead, John.
I said, that's wonderful.
Yeah. And I think the guys and ladies from Portland are going to join us in Vancouver as well. So that'll be fun. Yeah.
Well, I found if you feed them, you'd get better attendance.
We're doing that.
Oh, that's been true. I was saying back in the day when I started in real estate, and I was on the west side and Lake Oswego and the West Hills of Portland when they were being built, all of that Forest Park up area up there with those fancy homes. Oh, they were in the 300,000s. They were really expensive and they were really fancy. But the tour was the thing. The broker tour was the main event. And they were catered and they had piano players and violinists and huge spreads and people dressed up and went to those things. I would love to see that come back because that's just good for the industry. That's just good for realtors because the best realtors get to know each other at those things. So try to bring that back because that's a great idea.
Well, we're going to make up our own. There's not like a joint thing that like Portland has, but we're going to, Kat Formanova said she would lead that up for me and find some good listings that we can go to and enjoy each other's company as we review neighborhoods and things like that and help other agents in the area.
Great.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I have seen some agents adding broker tours up there. So finally, but
Well,
yeah,
they have broker tours, but they don't like get together and do them all on the same day.
right.
So we have to, if we want to do more than one or have a group of us do them, we have to find some and do them ourselves pretty much, but we'll figure it out.
Nice.
Okay, your business plan should consist of the following: an annual recap.
Mhm.
Annual recap. What does that mean exactly?
What,
A
what's
recap.
Well, first it
So
would be your sales
yeah, you
from
would
last.
you would look at last year and then plan for your this year right now. So business sources for last year by percentage and number, current year production goals, the number required to achieve those goals, action steps to be taken or action plan, and coaches' suggestions or recommendations. So, and those are all important to have in your business plan for sure.
They are, and it's real easy to do. Even if you sold, even if it's maybe Sean Adobe or Augie Baca, get a list of your sales for last year or the last number of months or something that's maybe the last 12 months. And I will bet anybody can quickly remember exactly where that lead came from, where they got that. And then you draw a little chart and you go, well, 60% of my business comes from my sphere of influence, or maybe it's a lead source. And in today's market, I doubt it's a lead source. I doubt it's realtor.com. I doubt we're getting any significant business from anything other than your sphere of influence. So just determine that again and double down on your sphere.
It's definitely interesting when you go back and realize how much your sphere is your lifeline for your business for sure. I know that it's more than 60% for me right now. It's probably closer to 80. There's not a lot of new business and almost all referral basis business, whether it's a referral from another agent in another part of the country, or if it's a person that that you've done business with referring, or just repeat clients. And that's almost all of it for me. Every once in a while, I get a listing from another listing. Somebody calls me and said, "Oh, I saw you." I just got a message from somebody who's actually saw the warehouse I had listed in Washougal, and they have a warehouse they want me to take a look at and possibly list now. So those kind of things are happening. You got to be out there talking to your sphere.
Okay.
All right. We must make a strong commitment to both business and personal growth at the rate of 20% per year. This will cause your income to double every 3 to 4 years. Wow.
Yeah, and that's a proven statistic. I was just reading a business book, totally unrelated to real estate, and it said the exact same thing for every company. It's got to be 20%.
Yeah. I always wanted to do better than the previous year. Sometimes that's a little scary if you have a good year, like in 23 or something, and then try to double it the next year in the next 3 years. That's, that's it's a big commitment, but definitely worth it if you want to ever retire.
Yeah.
That's a business plan to retire. As part of your planning, review your numbers every week. Yep, you should do that.
Yeah. What does it
In your
mean?
account, well, yeah. What did you do to get that? You can look at what you've done to get where you are that week, and use your accountability group or your Inspire group to make sure that you're being held accountable.
I like how it doesn't say what numbers, because at first you'd say my sales every week. I don't sell every week, but you prospect every week, and I think
Yeah.
that's the most
How
important.
many calls did you make, right? Or
Yeah,
how
how many?
many
Yeah,
note cards did you send out? And how many functions did you go to? Have your business plan completed and in the hands of your coach by November 1st of each year.
I love that.
Okay.
I love
Yeah.
that. And I wish more people would do that because managers, and I would love to talk to you about your business plan.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Have at least 3 accountability partners within your coaching program that you can share your plans with, who will work to keep you on track. Try to find some people that have the same type of goals you do. As your business grows and your business maturity increases, add a profit and loss statement to your business plan. So the profit and loss, so you can see what's working and what's not working, right?
Exactly. And if you are doing some personal marketing, you want to, evaluate that, budget for that, and make sure it's the right thing to do. That would be a part of that. Also, everything you do, if you haven't, if you're not, I talk to your tax person because a realtor can write off many things. So you want to
Yes,
know what
yes.
all of those are: home offices and cars and everything.
My accountant helps me a lot with that. It's just, it isn't a donation. This is advertising, that type of stuff, because you are advertising to this group of people. So and use it that way. So I have a lot of people helping me with things like that right now. So I'm excited for this year. I should have a little bit better of a return, I'm hoping.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, remember that tracking your numbers accurately is the foundation of every good plan. Use a number analyzer to learn your ratios and use them.
Okay.
That's what John likes to do. He likes to analyze numbers.
It's a must for, someone's got to do it.
Yep.
There's a lot of numbers out there.
Be patient with your plan. 50 transactions today becomes 100 plus transactions in a few years with a growth rate of 20%. So yeah, you have to start somewhere.
Yeah.
50 is a lot. I don't know if I've ever made 50, but I've got up there a little bit, but not all the way. Luckily, our sales prices here are pretty good. Spend time thinking about what you want from your business. Your plan will have what you want and will help you accomplish both personal and business goals. I think it's really important to add those personal goals in there as well. When you're happy and doing well in other aspects of your life, you're going to be able to bring that into your business as well.
They do. I think they go together for real estate people more than anyone else.
Yeah, because that sphere of influence, you're out there playing tennis with your friends, and that's keeping you healthy and it's keeping you in front of people and things like that. Just the more groups you can get in and the more active you are, the better your business is going to be. Mm-hmm. Okay. Your business plan needs to be open and easily accessible to everybody, including your family and your staff.
That's right.
I don't know if my family would want to read my business plan, but I know one family member who would.
Well, the idea is don't keep it a secret so that your whole, again, very often the realtor is a family business and needs, probably more support than, someone who goes to an office and does their work and then turns it off and goes home. So having everybody on the same page and putting your business plan on the refrigerator can be very helpful.
Yep. Okay, removing emotions and drama daily from your business allows you to focus on your plan and makes your plan easier to accomplish. And boy, if you let the drama pull you in, your clients are not going to want to work with you either. So they're counting on you to keep. I had one guy last night who said, I have to go. I'm cussing too much. And he hung up the phone. And I couldn't do anything but laugh. And he was just like, he's like, I gotta go. I'm like, yes, you do.
Okay.
Yeah.
He did the right thing.
He did. He put himself in timeout.
Yeah.
You should be reading your plan every day to keep yourself excited about your long-term goals. I agree with that. A lot of people like to put those things in front of them, what their goals are. Work every day to remove any obstacle that could get in your way of building your business. And that's kind of how you started out your blog today, is what you put in here is gonna come out. So be picky about picking up that newspaper early in the morning. What kind of news you want to read? Maybe the market report is a good way to start it, but not not your local news or whatever that's going on in the world. There's a lot of people concerned about it, but I try not to watch any of that either. So
I think your own business comes first. I think you owe it to yourself and your family to take care of your own business first before you try to help the rest of the world.
Yes.
Because you can't help
them.
You can't help them. Well, I don't want to say that, but I want to say it's like they tell you in an airline, put the mask on yourself first, because if you go trying to help other people, you're just going to pass out. So you got to take care of yourself first, and you got to take care of your own business first. Then if your business is healthy, then you can see how you can participate in other things that are getting to you. Hey, Nick.
Hi.
Earth to Nick. Tell us about you're doing your Tuesdays for social media.
Yes.
What kind of things have you been telling your participants?
Repeat.
What kind of things have you been telling your participants?
Oh, the people that come?
Yes.
Really, I think the way that we're all looking at it, it's funny, I was just compiling an email. So generally what we do is Kung and I have a mass email that we send out a few days before the Tuesday, like Sunday or Monday. And what we talk about is the benefit to their career. We have many, many people involved in this broker tour that are not agents. We have a lot of title people that come with us, mortgage people that come with us, and they have said it has helped their career. And it has also helped our visibility and the agents. And I think there's a lot of thought of, why am I wasting my time doing this? No, you're not. You're meeting a lot of people. You're bumping into people that you haven't seen in a while. And it has benefited them. They are going routinely because they have gained a connection. And, we've been through a weird several years where we've been isolated from each other. So some people have even talked about just the straight up mental and emotional impact on their life to sit and laugh and have lunch and meet with people in the same industry and see homes. And so it even comes down to just, I'm just here to be with friends.
Nice.
So it's one of their favorite days, and I get told that every time. Any thoughts from you, Kung, on what you've been hearing from friends and in the business?
Going back to the the topic. This is a great opportunity to utilize what you're doing for your social media. I know Nick creates a lot of social media posts from these tours.
Right.
He tags all the agents we bump into, all the all the title people, lenders that come with us. They all get tagged, and it kind of expands your social circle and your social media presence. But it's not just broker tours. You can do this in any of your activities that you do. Post about it. Post about writing that CMA or putting together that CMA for a client.
Mhm.
Post about your showings. Just make your presence known in the world and let people know what you're doing. I think it's a great opportunity to get new clients that way, buyers and sellers. So yeah, take any opportunity you can to do a social media post, whether it be professional or personal. It's always a good thing to have a presence out there.
It is. It is true. And your presence grows because they start collaborating with you and tagging you. And so that's been happening. But one of our agents has sold, I don't know what we're at now on the buyer side, but 3 closings, all from social media, just connecting with people through social media for the most part. I always say it should be a side gig. And it is, you should still be calling, door knocking. Shauna is well known because she's been doing it for 30 years and she has a massive referral network. That's probably the biggest thing, but you can't get there if you haven't done it, and so I always say, because some people are very hesitant about it, treat it as it should be treated. Treat it as a nice side gig. So when you're knocking on doors, you're making phone calls, and so on, those people are going to recognize you. I have a lot of people that go, oh yeah, when they see you face to face, oh yes, I've been watching you guys. That comes up a lot these days.
Yeah.
So I don't know, use it correctly
And
and set a timeline.
And not just your social media, Facebook, Instagram, and whatnot, but your website's important too. I was talking to an agent yesterday who, put up a new blog article on his website, and he found his new client found him from doing a Google search, and found his website because of the blog posts. So, utilize everything that Century 21 has to offer, which includes the Moxie website, and definitely put some time and energy into the website, because you can get a lot of business from putting stuff out there on your website and your social media.
Yes, that was another. I know who you're talking about. That was another agent, literally just came in correctly, joined organizations, put it out there, lots of exposure, and utilized the tools. It came from the tools.
Okay.
Oh, and that person's available to you, so contact us.
All right. Well, very good. A lot of good information. Any parting words from anybody?
We need listings. Go get listings. They're out there.
We all need listings. Yes.
Yeah. And buyers. Oh, and send me. I love it. I've been seeing it from Shauna here recently. She sent a few. I love the buyer side too. I need more buyer side celebrations.
For some reason that's been a theme for me this year so far. I have listings, but usually it's more listings than buyers, but I'm pretty equal here with buyers and listings right now, I think.
Yes. So. If I see it, and she can tell you, if I see it, I latch on and I share it, and I make a very big deal about it. So if you don't send it to me, I stalk you and find it. But definitely create it.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Have a great week, and we will see you next time.
See you soon.
This is our time. No, this is our century. Our gold shines bright. Because this is a network unlike any other. 135,000 affiliated agents across 84 countries and territories. In almost every Spanish-speaking country in the world, This is the most recognized name in real estate, the most respected brand in the industry. That has a nice ring to it. The leader in brand awareness 25 years in a row. This is earning accolades. More accolades. And more. Okay, that's a lot. This is making an impression. Over 27 billion of them. This is showing up big. Here, here, and all across here. Oh, and not just for clients, for the community. We're lifting up others with us. This is not resting on a legacy. This is running on it. Taking all that's been learned and seen and taught and dreamed over the past 50 years to shape and fuel the next 100. Century 21. This is our century.